Let's get this review started, shall we? How are y'all tonight, by the way? And if you're wondering, yes, I love the remix. That's all I gotta say. I love it. And I'm not tired of the song anymore. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. All right. So we open up the episode with a little montage of what the wives are doing or whatever. And woo, false alarm. I thought they were going to open up the episode again with PK and Dorit. I really am not interested in them. And thank goodness we went straight to Renna, then next to Kyle. Kyle. She's returning from, I believe, New York or North Carolina, where she's filming the new Halloween movie. Apparently, she was in the first one, which was in like what, late 70s, early 80s. Good for her, like a working woman. I'm glad. She's greeted to her family. Mauricio comes out, and Portia. Portia is 11 years old now. I've been following this franchise since season 1. It is crazy seeing her grow up literally in front of like the camera like that. So they're all in her kitchen talking, and Kyle just has the idea to throw a party for herself, you know, for her return, you know, because she's not a complete narcissist, you know. It's going to be like a little dinner party with 16 people, and I give it to her. Kyle really knows how to host. Like throughout the years, like she has some fabulous dinner parties. Side note, it is so weird how, like, is it just me or, like, white people love kissing their dogs in the mouth? I don't really see black people doing that. But, yeah, she is just kissing that dog all in the mouth. Ugh. So across town, we get to Erica Jane. She pulls up to this house where I'm guessing she's meeting a vocal coach for her lessons. And she's going to be in Chicago as Roxy. She doesn't sound too bad, and you know, we get to like a little background story of her childhood, and then her passion, and then her mom and her upbringing, and I'm a little bored, so we get to the next scene of Renna meeting up with Teddy at this restaurant called Yardbird. Now, I've been to Yardbird. It's actually really good. It's kind of like bougie Southern comfort food. You know, you got your fried chicken. They have watermelon in some dishes too. You got waffles, mac and cheese, all that type of shit. I don't see any black people in there, but it's okay. You know, the food is still good. I recommend it. There's one in Miami. That's the one I've been to. There's one in LA and there's one in Vegas. Try it out. So they later joined by Sutton, who has a very harsh bang, and I really don't like what she's wearing. So far, I have not liked a lot of things that she's wearing, and she's supposed to be the fashion girl. Now, we also find out that from the last episode, she gave some really nice gift bags, and I think she gave about maybe six or seven of them out, and in each of them, they had a really nice clutch. And that clutch cost $1,800. So the bitch got money. She got money. So nice. So we get to Teddy discussing her event. And then, you know, Sutton brings up again that like, oh, you don't care that I'm coming? Because I really was going to come. But you're saying that you don't care. It's kind of weird, right? As an invite. And Teddy's just like, yes, but you know, you don't have to come if you don't want to. And they're just going back and forth. And then Renna is just loving it. She's just watching back. And I think she kind of loves seeing Teddy being agitated because she is a little wound up all the time. It all started out with Sutton asking her, oh, so what time you want me to come? And she was like, whenever, you know, whenever. And if someone invites me to something, especially something that's important to them, like, just tell me the time. Just tell me the time. Don't tell me to show up whenever. Because that means you really don't care if I should come or not. I think she just shouldn't go, and they should just leave it, because I'm kind of tired of hearing about this invite shit. So we get to the first commercial break, and already, 13 minutes in, they're getting ready for the dinner party. So this is going to be a long-ass scene. So yeah, we see Kyle. She's getting ready for the party. All the women are. Mauricio comes downstairs in nothing but a towel. And there's like staff running around her kitchen and everything. He's just, I don't know. It was just really awkward. He says he's pretty high too, which we'll get to that later as well. So Teddy arrives first. Then Dorit, who is looking just killing it. She looks really good. I like what she's wearing a lot. You have Erica and Rinna coming. They're already pre-gaming before they get there. And I would too, because this is going to be one awkward ass dinner. I gotta say, all the fashion is on point right now. I mean, of course, with the exception of Teddy and Sutton. But yeah, like Rinna walks in. Kyle was just like, oh, this zebra suit. I love it. I was definitely about to get it. She was like, oh yeah, Rachel Zoe just, sent it to me, Wow, these rich ass bitches, I swear. Denise and her husband arrives, and Denise is still in pain from her surgery. Sutton arrives, and I mean, what she's wearing right now, I mean, it's okay. It's a little flashy. She definitely lets them know that it's couture. Again, she brings a bottle of Fireball, and I was just kind of like taken aback because I'm like, Fireball? Really? How pedestrian. And that's not to judge anyone who likes Fireball. It's just, I don't know. When I think of Fireball, I think of college, like college shots and shit like that. The morally corrupt Faye Resnick comes in the room. I'm really surprised she has not, been offered a diamond. Maybe she just isn't that interesting. I mean, whatever. Oh my God. Garcelle kills it again. Again. That tulle, like this big black tulle skirt, and then she does a spin. Yes, like she's killing it. She is killing it. I love it. She's not really heavily in this episode, but she still knows how to make an entrance. There's also Kyle's black friend. Like I've seen him in other seasons. So I was just like, oh, a black man that's not the help in this house. But I'm pretty sure, I think he works for her. Like he's an assistant or something, her personal gay, it's something like that. But yeah. So as they're all drinking, there's just a weird moment where Teddy and Sutton are really like right next to each other. And they're talking about one another, and they're about this close away. And I was thinking like, you know what? On second thought, I've been in that situation. Like I have a group of friends, and sometimes, you have that one friend who just has to bring somebody that you don't like around. And I'm just like, why is he here? Why is he here? While that person is right over there. So you know what? I get it. I'll let that pass. So they all get ready to sit at the dinner table, and Sutton, of course, makes a remark about place cards. She doesn't know where to sit. Kyle, knowing that her and Teddy had some friction the other day, decides to sit Sutton right next to Teddy. Like, she knew what she doing. She knew what she was doing. Now, I gotta say, before I even begin, this was one of the most awkward dinner scenes I have ever seen. Ever. Like, the editing was just real choppy and everywhere. Like, you can hear a pin drop. Like, there's 16 people at the table. There's no side conversations. Just everyone is just quiet, like it's a library. And you have one person talking, then silence. And then you have all types of facial expression. It was just such an awkward dinner overall. So Rinna has the bright idea to play a little game of first impressions. Like, what if all the wives think of each other when they first met? And I'm pretty sure, like, she sees that Sutton is right next to Teddy. So, yes, Kyle ain't shit, and Rinna ain't shit either for starting this drama. We go from Kyle, who's trying to, like, do her best not to offend Garcelle. Like, yeah, she just looks like she's just trying not to offend her in any type of way. Garcelle then comments on Lisa. Lisa comments on Erica. It's all a lot of ass kissing so far. Then Lisa goes to Erica. Erica goes to Dorit. And then Dorit comments on Denise. Then Denise comments on Sutton, when this one just seemed like real fake. Like, oh, well, you seem like you're just like all fashion, and I just thought we wouldn't get along because, I'm just laid back. But I'm glad you're here. I don't know, Denise looked pretty out of it throughout the entire dinner. But she's usually on the dolls or on the marijuana. So I don't know. She just seemed like just checked out. And then we get Sutton commenting on Teddy. And she was just like, oh, well, I just thought you were a little boring. I thought you would be boring. And, Then she mentioned something about her being pregnant too. And that's when Teddy really takes offense to it. And honestly, like, if I was Teddy, I wouldn't even be offended by it. I'd just be like, well, girl, I just thought you were elitist. I thought you were a little pretentious as fuck. And I thought you weren't that really good of a dresser. Like, she could have just really, like, read her, but she decided to bring up the whole invite drama and just like, oh, is that why you're, bringing this up right now? And they go back and forth on it, and then Teddy was just like, well, don't come. Just don't come. And then Rinna and Garcelle, they both, like, I'm guessing, making jokes saying, well, Rinna says, I'm not coming. I wasn't coming. So, yeah. And then Garcelle, well, I didn't want to come. And then, like, Teddy starts to get upset, and then her white woman tears, like, start pouring, and she walks up from the table. It just seems awkward. Like, she blames it on her pregnancy, even though I just think that, she cares what people really think about this event. Now, throughout this whole ordeal, like, Teddy's husband is really quiet. He's just sitting down eating his food, minding his business. Like, your wife is in tears and looks really upset. And then I'm guessing like a couple minutes after he decides to get up and go comfort her, Kyle gets up and reassures her that we're coming. We're coming. You don't have to worry about her. Teddy calms down. She gets back to the table. It's still quiet and awkward. And Sutton apologizes, but it's still a little tension and back and forth. Meanwhile, can I just say that Kyle's husband, Mauricio, is high as fuck throughout this entire dinner. Like, he's been high a lot. It looks like anytime they're filming, he's high. But yeah, it's just really weird. There's 16 people at the table and no one's talking. It's probably editing, I'm pretty sure. Kyle tries to change the subject and she talks to Aaron, who is Denise's husband. He is not even a doctor. He's an alternative medicine. And she wanted him to explain basically what he does. And for the next 5 minutes, it is cringeworthy as he's trying to explain what he does. Like, everyone has confused faces. Like, maybe he's high too. Who is not high at this table? You know what? I would probably go to this dinner high too, honestly. Denise looks mad uncomfortable as he's trying to explain whatever he's talking about. Something about, like, molecules and atoms and cancer being your friend. And then she warns him, like, we're being followed. You need to watch out. You need to, like, watch what you say. The paranoia makes me think it's an induced tea. Yeah, it kind of fizzles into nothing. But yeah, it's still awkward. And then Lisa Rinna tries to change the subject and just asks, oh, so Teddy, what's the sex of the baby? And everyone just changes, yeah. So awkward. She's having a girl. Congratulations. Next. So the dinner's finally over, thank God. It was just so, like, not what I was expecting. I don't know, it just seemed like a really awkward dinner. Like, there's too many people at the table and I have side conversations. It was more so just like it felt like a group project or something. It was just quiet, classroom, and, oh, let these two people talk as we all just listen, It was just weird. So they're having some after dinner drinks. Apparently they're drinking Fireball shots. So I'm guessing that's popular. I don't know. Fireball would be the last thing I would be taking. They're taking shots like they're in college. I don't know. I still think it's pedestrian. That's just me. Denise and Teddy leave. And then Sutton is talking to Dorit and Kyle about just how much she's pissed at her. And she's just like, I didn't feel like I said anything wrong, but now I feel like I'm on Teddy's bad side. You are. And Dorit brings up a good point in her confessional. She's just like, well, Teddy, is that really the first time you've heard that you're boring? Which is just perfect shade on Dorit's part. And then Sutton just makes it known that she's definitely not coming. So the night's over. 2 days pass by. The next scene is Kyle showing up to Sutton's house. Sutton's house looks like, I don't know, one of those big plantation houses in Georgia. I don't know, just it has some really old southern feel to it. And of course they're talking about the party, and Sutton is now saying that, like, I feel like I did nothing wrong, And you know what? I feel like she didn't do anything wrong. She said what was on her mind, but I think the pregnant thing kind of ticked her off. Meanwhile, in the same scene, you have Teddy meeting up with Erica, and they're discussing the same thing. And Teddy's saying that it wasn't the boring comment, but more so the pregnancy comment, because I'm guessing she's had trouble with pregnancies or whatever. But yeah, I can see that. I can see why. But I really think instead of just getting emotional and letting her get to you, just read her back. That's all. There's just so much to work with, you know? That ugly hairstyle she had, the shitty fashions. She's pretentious. She's not that likable. Speaking of, she's trying to tell Kyle that, oh, I can't imagine why Teddy wouldn't like me. Really? Really? So Kyle is Teddy's friend, right? So she tries to get Sutton to come even though she said she wasn't going to go. So then she talks her into going. And meanwhile, in the same scene, you have Teddy saying, you know what? I really just don't want her to come. And then that's where the episode ends. Hopefully we can get over this whole drama. It almost reminds me of Pantygate from Erica's first season. I'm just tired of that drama. Like, I want some drama between the other ladies, between actual cast members. And speaking of that, Sutton, this was a really heavy episode for her. Like, why didn't they just give her a diamond if that was the case? Like, I don't know. Like, it was real heavy on Sutton. This was a Sutton episode. But yeah, it seems just like the meat of the episode was just that cringe-worthy dinner. Like, that lasted for a good, 35 minutes, and that was just like the bulk of the episode. I mean, I was entertained. It was funny seeing Teddy cry and get up from the table. So yeah, decent episode. Can't wait for next week. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. My hair will probably be a little bit larger in the next video. You never know. But yeah, I'll see you then.